am back again. I'm back again with accents, because we have to get accents. If you want to speak any of the Romance languages, if you're talking about, especially if you're talking about Spanish and French, you have to get the accents. So let's go back to the accents, because I haven't taught the rule for accents yet, okay? And then the exception. So here it is. All words, except if they're one-syllable words, are one syllable is stressed over the other syllable, right? They're not pronounced the same. So here's the rule in Spanish. If a word ends in a vowel is A, E, I, O, U, I, A, E, O, U, right? Or if a word ends in the N, as in Nancy, or the S, as in Stephen, the part of the word that is accented when you're speaking, that is naturally accented when you're speaking, is the next to the last syllable. So let me say that again. If a word ends in a vowel, A, E, O, U, or in English, A, E, I, O, and U, or if a word ends in la N or la S, the N as in Nancy or the S as in Stephen, the way that the word is naturally pronounced in Spanish is that the next to the last syllable, next to the last, not the last, next to the last syllable is naturally accented. So if the word is naturally accented in the next to the last syllable, then you place no accent on the word. No accent is placed on the word. Okay? If the word ends in a consonant is any letter that is not A, E, O, U, or is any letter that is not A, E, I, O, and U. And if the word does not end in in, or in S, then the word is naturally accented on the last syllable. Right? So if it ends in a vowel, or if it ends in N or S, the natural place for where the accent is spoken or where the word is stressed is the next to the last syllable. That's for when it ends in a vowel or N or S. If a word ends in a consonant, consonante, vowel is vocal, la vocal, el consonante, the only exception being the N or the S, then the word is naturally stressed in the last syllable. And here's the rule. If the word follows the rules that I've just given you, then no accent is placed on the word. An accent is not fancy in Spanish. An accent is not exotic in Spanish. An accent plays an important role for what we're talking about now, and I'm going to show it to you in just a second, in pronunciation. So you just can't put an accent because it looks cute or pretty or exotic. No more in our language you can put apostrophe just because you know there's an apostrophe and you just figure you put it there. There's a difference between putting an apostrophe and not putting an apostrophe when the word is spelled H-E-L-L. If you put an apostrophe, it's pronounced he'll, and it's a contraction for he will. If you don't put an apostrophe, it's pronounced hell, and that's very different than he'll. So if you say he'll go to hell, those are two very different things. And that apostrophe for us tells us the he'll is H-E apostrophe L-L, and the hell is just H-E-L-L. Well, the same thing is with accents in Spanish. The accent tells the Spanish speaker, boom. In certain instances, obviously, in certain instances, this is how you pronounce the word. Okay, so if you notice right here, I have here first rules of accent. Remember I said, if the word ends in a vowel, a, e, o, u, or e, I, o, or u, the accent, the stress is naturally on the next to the last syllable. Now, most words, I shouldn't say most words, many words in Spanish are two syllables. Two syllables. So think about it. If a word is two syllables, then the accent is on the next to the last syllable, and the next to the last syllable is what? It's the first syllable, if it's two syllables. If it's three syllables, then it's right in the middle. But a lot of words are two syllables. But I don't want to say on the first syllable because I don't want you to think all the time. But in this instance, for example, when you have the word street, calle, the accent is on the next to the last syllable, which happens to be the first syllable because it's only two syllables. Okay, so it's not calle, it's calle. It's not cama, it's cama. It's not nombre, it's nombre. It's not hombre, it's hombre. Okay? Now, there is a word, nombre, but that's breaking the rules, so you have to put the accent over the E, because if I say nombre, which is the, let me see, the past tense of the verb nombrar, right? So here we go. So this is calle, no accent, because the word is following the rule. Cama, no accent, the word is following the rule. Nombre, no accent, the word is following the rule. Hombre, no accent, the word is following the rule. Now, if the word ends in a consonant, as I said, with the exception of an N or a S, right? It's on the last syllable. So you have reloj, Madrid, hablar, volver. I don't know if you can hear it, but the accent is on the last syllable. Reloj, Madrid, hablar, volver. Right? That's why sometimes you will see an accent on verbs. It's not very common, but sometimes you will. The reason is that the accent is on there because it's not following the rules. So once again, when we're talking about pronunciation, here's the rule. If the word falls where it's supposed to fall, according to the rules when the word ends in a vowel or N or S, or according to the rules where it falls when the word is in a consonant with the exception of N or S, there's no accent. No accent at all. If the word breaks the rule, as I'm about to show you, that's when you put the accent. The accent is placed on the word because it breaks the rule. So for example, we have the word fácil. Not fácil, pero fácil. Why? Because here the accent is on the first syllable. It should be on the last syllable because it ends in a consonant. We have the word lápiz. Excuse me. What did I just say? It's lápiz, not lápiz. It's lápiz, right? And you can feel the accent in your stomach, especially if you pronounce it with such stress, right? Because the accent is on the first syllable and not on the last syllable, it's breaking the rule. As a result, then you put the accent on the A where the stress is. But the stress shouldn't be here if the word were following the rule. You have the word hablo, right? Not hablo, but hablo. Why do you have an accent on the O? Because this is where the stress is, and it's breaking the rule. It ends in a vowel. The stress should be here, the first syllable, or the next to the last syllable. Once again, difícil. Difícil. Here we have a three-syllable word, right? The accent should be on that C-I-L, the last syllable, but it's on the second syllable, fi. It's breaking the rule because if it ends in a consonant, the accent should be on the last word, the last syllable, and not to the next to the last syllable. Nación, nación. Once again, breaking the rule. It ends in an N. If it ends in an N, it should be on the next to the last syllable, not on the last syllable. But because it's not nación, then therefore, you have to put the accent over the O, because it should be here, C. Okay, the CI. Album, not album, but album, Y. Accent over the A, because the accent is on the first syllable, the A, A-L, and not on the last syllable, which would have been the album. Why? Because it's breaking the rule, therefore you need the accent. Okay. So as many times as you need to listen to this video so you can get an idea of when do you use accents and how. They're not exotic, they're not pretty, not even for Spanish speakers. For Spanish speakers, accents have reasons for being. Just like contractions have reasons for being in our language. And I remember when I was in Europe, and even in parts of Latin America, I would see apostrophes. I would be wondering, why are they using the apostrophe there? And I think just the same way we use accents, because it's something different, something exotic. But they have reasons. And you're going to have to get used to listening to a word and listening to where the stress is. In the last video we do, because we're not going to have time right now, we're going to look at the concept of vowels in Spanish, because they're very important. Vowels are very important. And you have something called strong vowels and weak vowels. And these are extremely important. But we don't have time right now. So once again, this is Corrala Ficklin McLean, and welcome, WYLCOME.com. Thank you very much, and have a very, very good day.